Hello, my name is Meredith Eves, and I am a UCCS student, and this is my social action project. Today, I will be talking about menstruation in your life. And when I say your life, I do mean you, the person watching this video, whether you menstruate or not. A quick disclaimer, I am not a medical professional. This is all credible sourced information that I am just sharing with the public. While I'm not a medical professional, I am somebody who actively menstruates and have been doing so for 10 years. So I feel like, despite not having a fancy little doctorate, I am quite knowledgeable in the subject. Today, I will be doing a quick little overview for you guys, just a little information, some basic information, what menstruation is, what the cycle is, some symptoms to be aware of, and then some other quick little fun facts. But I mean, it's menstruation, so as fun as that can be. All right, let's get started. What even is menstruation? Menstruation is a healthy biological process that occurs in women of reproductive age in which the uterus sheds blood and tissue through the vagina in a monthly cycle. So an average cycle lasts about 28 days. What about the cycle? So the cycle starts with menstruation, which lasts for 3 to 7 days. It's kind of depends on the person how long yours is going to last. So this is the start of the cycle where the uterus lining sheds and flows out of the vagina. At the same time that is happening, the follicular phase starts. The follicular phase will last for 13 to 14 days. This is when the pituitary gland releases a hormone to stimulate follicles on the surface of an ovary. Next is ovulation, which lasts for 16 to 12 hours. This is when a mature egg is released from an ovary and moves along a fallopian tube towards the uterus. Next is the luteal phase, which lasts another 13 to 14 days. This is when cells in the ovary release hormones that cause the lining of the uterus to thicken in preparation for pregnancy. As you may have noticed, a lot of this is kind of like a lot of pregnancy themes in this. So menstruation happens when your body is not pregnant and it's kind of reacting to it. So PMS, what is that? It's premenstrual syndrome. PMS presents a week or two before the period starts, and this happens due to the dramatic decrease in hormone production that took place during the luteal phase. You'll notice in the luteal phase, you've got this production of hormones and thicker uterine lining. And then the start of your period is that lining leading your body, and then in turn, these hormones have to go somewhere as well. So some symptoms may include irritability, cramping, bloating, lower libido, appetite changes, and back/headaches. Just like how long your period will last, this will vary from person to person. I get really bad back aches, and I know some friends who get some terrible cramps and tend to bloat more. What about PMDD? So PMDD doesn't get talked about as much because while it affects up to 10% of those who menstruate, experts are still unsure of the exact cause of these symptoms because it is so unresearched, unstudied so far. We are still actively learning more about it. So a lot like PMS, PMDD presents a week or two before the period starts, but the symptoms often present alongside PMS. So it's not one or the other. You either have PMDD or you don't. Some symptoms may include insomnia, depression, suicidal thoughts, fatigue, anxiety, food cravings, and difficulty concentrating. PMDD is a disorder. If you believe you have PMDD, you should talk to a doctor and may be prescribed antidepressants or birth control to manage the symptoms. Having depression and suicidal thoughts and increased anxiety during your period is not normal and can be helped, and you should look into that if you think you may have PMDD. Some other things to know. So, during your cycle, getting pregnant is most likely in the 3 days leading up to and including ovulation. That does not mean that you can't get pregnant on any other days. You still should. If you're not actively trying to get pregnant, you need to be safe and not just assume because it's not the 3 days and up to ovulation, you're fine. Still be safe. Amenorrhea is the absence of abnormal cessation of the menses, which is your period. It's important to know that there's nothing crazy going on if you are not menstruating when all of your periods are. You may be a late bloomer, it may be amenorrhea. Again, it's a thing that exists and doesn't hurt to ask a doctor about it if you think you have amenorrhea. And then tracking your period. Tracking your period can help provide insight into your physical and mental health as well as you plan ahead. It doesn't hurt to track your period, and it's really beneficial, honestly. There's like some days you're like, why do I feel like this? Like, why does everything hurt? Why does my back hurt so bad? Why do I have a headache? And then you pull up your tracking and you're like, oh, that's because my period's coming up. Well, that's good to know. And also just kind of lets you plan your life around your period if that's the kind of person that you are. So, next I want to talk to you about the pink tax. What is it? The pink tax or period poverty is the lack or inability of women to obtain menstrual products or education due to things such as high cost or stigma. So a study in the United States reported that COVID-19 pandemic expirated period poverty. This study, they found that 30% of the respondents had a difficulty accessing products because of the quarantine, 29% struggled to purchase products, and 18.5% struggled to afford products. So, period poverty affects both mental and your physical health. It's been around for a long time, just studies seem to pick up during the pandemic. And in terms of your physical health, if you are unable to have access to the right products, safe products, hygienically safe products, you are at risk of infection. And oftentimes your physical health are directly tied to your mental health. So if you are not physically well, there will probably be a mental health decrease, and also just kind of like the lack to these well-being products are not good on your brain. And then an improper education means that women may not know when to seek doctors if something is wrong. And then also, even if they do know that something is wrong, they may not have access to doctors because doctors are expensive. And then some solutions to period poverty are reduce or abolish taxes on period products. A lot of low-income people cannot afford products anymore because the taxes on them keep rising. These are essential products and should be treated as such financially. Putting free products in public spaces, so places like libraries or school bathrooms or even like a gas station bathroom, having those products available and not have to scrambling for a quarter is beneficial to the public. And then more data collected and shared. The more we learn about period poverty, the more we can share. And the more we share, the more people are able to access that information and do something about it. All right, that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something, and if you didn't learn anything new, I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to share this with the people in your life who you think may benefit from learning from this, or just who might like watching it. I'm just a student. This is just a school project. I care a lot about this topic though, so I am working on word of mouth to have it shared around. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.